Okay, just let me share your screen. I think Shatta has already shared that. Hold on, I'm just showing you that. So my screen is visible, I believe, and next week, whatever the date is not finalized yet, it seems Shravani will be sharing the schedule for next week very soon. So next week, the first class we will be having the presentation for group 2, 7, 8, and 9. We will
Sir,
try to yes, please.
sir, group 2 presentation is done, sir.
Oh, sorry, it will be group 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
it will be group 3. It's a mistake actually from my side, typo. So 3, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. So group 3, anybody from your side?
Yes, sir.
That is fine, right? Next week,
Yes,
the
sir.
first class, whichever day. Then
Okay.
7, anybody from 7, group 7, or 8 or 9? Hello.
Yes, sir, group 7.
So next week, first class. Similar for group 8 and group 9. Anybody from group 8 and 9? Okay. So Satta, are you there? In means have you shared
Yes,
that
sir.
mail? Okay.
Yes,
Fine.
sir, I have shared the mail. Shravani ma'am has also shared.
Okay. And the second class will be in the second class, means second means the two next week, whatever second class will be, we will be having the presentation from rest of the groups, group 10 and group 11. Anybody from group 10 and 11?
Okay, sir. Group 10 this side.
And 11? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So group 8 and 9, please, you and I do not, I didn't get any response from your, so but that is the schedule. Okay. Okay. So that is one part is gone. And today actually we will be covering a very interesting topic actually. I know many of you will be aware and having some gray areas. Gray areas as far as IT security is concerned, which is basically the buzzword for last 10 years, and nobody could have done anything much more on that. Okay, so it seems that the hackers or whoever are much ahead of the companies who are actually dealing with the IT security. Okay, so that is a very scary picture for IT security. So what if means there are so many ways actually to put you in the trouble. Okay, even even means people like us. Okay, uh, we found that means there is a ransomware attack. Anybody has experienced any IT security attack in your machine? Any attack? Any IT security means virtual attack? Okay, trust me, a student like you has been targeted even by the ransomware. Nothing happened actually. They asked some money and all the person who has been attacked, he has formatted his laptop. Okay, so he didn't have any data, means that much important data. Okay, so even they are going to that extent, asking money for releasing the data. Okay, so for a student like us means it is okay, but for a government, to run a government, it is not that easy. Okay, so there are so many ways right now we are facing challenges in different from the different directions. Okay, that we already know. So that is a very latest. I just got it from one of the sites. Latest cyber security trend. Okay, published by Finance Online. So you may like to get into that site, Finance Online. You will be getting different types of graphs and all for means finance area. Okay, banking, mutual fund, shares, all those areas. But in that case, they have published a cybersecurity trend for, I think, December or something. Okay, so phishing. You can see my screen. You see phishing actually means they are keeping you. They are just waiting in your machine. Whenever you enter the password, they will phish that. Okay, just like catching a fish anyway. So that is the 37% attacks are being done in phishing. Okay, and network intrusion. That is the 30%. So these two makes around 70% of the attacks. Okay, so this is technology based. Every day new patches are being installed, means being released by Microsoft or any other operating system. Okay, so after means they are already proactive actually. So it is, we are not reactive. So we are being attacked first, then we are getting the remedies. Okay, so that is being a cycle. So phishing and network intrusion majorly done by the technology. Without your knowledge, some software is residing. Okay, then other things are basically your stolen, lost devices. Okay, then the social engineering. You are working means one friend is working with you. You left his machine. You given his your password, user ID to them. All the social engineering. Every day we are getting that the OTP has been told. How I do not know how the people means educated people these days can reveal OTPs to over a phone call. Okay. So these are all social engineering. You left your machine unattended. Somebody took the data. Somebody took the screenshots. All those things are there actually. But these are very little. 30% of the attacks are being done. 30% is not a very less amount actually. Okay, so these are the very common type of attacks. And you see the third one you see. Okay, the volume of cybersecurity incident, majorly you see 27% in the banking sectors or mutual fund or shares, okay, loans. So all those are being happening across the globe, not only in India. India is no exception. Then you see the retail, actually, they are also getting some 9% attack. I do not know how means it is being done, but I think the good websites. Or suddenly I saw my daughter, just giving a recent example. My daughter has just came that please give me your credit card. I know why. So he has got an offer that it is a bundle of questionnaires for a board exams. They are putting it in 100 rupees. Okay, which is basically costing around 7,000 rupees or something. So that's website she got. Okay, and everybody means all her friends are interested. So she also interested. Asked my credit card. I just hold on. Is that a possible thing? Just wait for a couple of days. And I was so right. My hunch was so right. In the evening, it seems that two of her friends has been attacked by that. Okay, it was a fraud site. Anyway. So those are the retail. I do not know means how people are basically acting over there, but major attacks are being done in the banking sectors. Banking sectors, credit cards, all those attacks, debit cards. Okay, so that is the complete scenario. Technological. So what is the takeaway from this slide? Why you means intentionally kept this? 2 points. Remember always. Okay, be very clear. One is, so while talking to an interview or talking to a seminar, you can raise this, means you can tell this very clearly that technology based attacks are 70%. Technology based attack. So they are very good at operating system, at any other application level. Okay, so these are the 70%. And rest 30% are being attacked by the social engineering, which is also great actually, 30%. Okay. So that is one. Another area is I just wanted to tell you that financial frauds are around 30% and 10% are in the retail. So that makes 40%. 10% are retail. So means shop ships safely. All request to you. Okay. These 2 points I just wanted to mention before. Okay, now this is the thing. See the percentage. United States, after that India. That is the data for I think June, July data during Corona. Okay, United States are around 40% and India around 20%, making 60% attacks across the globe. Okay, whereas Japan, Taiwan, Ukraine, okay, South Korea, Brunei, Russia means country like Russia is having only 4%. Okay, forget about all the other countries. One thing, do you notice one thing? China is not there. China, country like China, has not been reported out here. That means how secretly they are managing their means internal internet commodities. Okay, Brunei is there, even China is not there. Should be there. I do not know. Means why means they are so secretly operating. Okay, so that is the thing. India is around 20% and United States are around 40%. So making 60% of the attacks across the globe. Okay, it is hard to believe that the Russia is being attacked only 4%. Okay, yes. So these are the means surprising figures we have got last year. Okay, the previous one, it is not at all surprising, but this one is really surprising. Okay, so we have a hell lot of space to work on the IT security space. Okay, is it okay? Any question? Anything you would like to ask regarding IT security? Because it will be your it means you have to work in a framework, IT secured framework in any company you join these days. It has to be working in the secured network. Okay. Getting. If you have any question, please go ahead. Otherwise, let me get into the exactly some. Well, this is a bookish information. I know what is that. So what you are protecting? You have to protect your information. There are several types of informations. Each and every company has a classification of information. I will come on that. Information. Okay, which information you will showcase during your presentations to others outside world. It is known as ROW. There is a term going on. Rest of the world. When I heard that term ROW, I had no clue. So whenever you heard this ROW, that is basically rest of the world. Okay, ROW means this information you are protecting. What else you are protecting? You are protecting your system. Okay, your system means your computers, your laptops. Okay, you are protecting your servers. Of course, a highly educated, highly experienced team has to be there. And your services. Okay, there are, I will come in the services after some time. So even if you cannot, right now the scenario is you cannot protect anything from cybersecurity attack, from cyber attacks. So what we can do, we can minimize the impact and likelihood by giving the latest patches, latest virus software, latest firewalls and all. Right, that's what we can do. So be absolutely sure that you cannot be zero attacked company. Okay, attacks will be there, but you have to reduce or minimize the likelihood and impact of the the attack. Okay, so now why I am showing this? Okay, somebody has actually reported in one of our classes. Actually, that person, he has joined in an IT company, and he has given a role to write a security policy. We will come how to write a security policy and all. So after that, actually, we have introduced this thing. You have to be very careful. Okay, well, if you were given a chance to work with the security team or lead the security team and write the policy of the security policy of an organization. 3 things or 4 things you have to mention. Same, only CIA. It is confidentiality. Of course, has to be confidential. Your information has to be confidential and tag to be confidential. There are different confidential levels. We will see in the next slide, I think. Then integrity. Okay, nobody should be allowed to change the information. Okay, so somebody cannot forge the date of the email sent by you to your boss. Okay, so boss should not be saying that, sorry, I couldn't get this. I have not got your mail. That should not be the case. Availability. I was talking, no, services. Okay, services can be made unavailable by attacks. Okay, some WhatsApp. Tools like WhatsApp, can you imagine it is down for 7 hours? Recently it happened, right? You all know that. So that is known as availability actually. So you have to ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Keep it. Why, when it will be required? Actually, when you are writing your security policy of any organization. We will talk more on that. I am just giving you the building blocks of that. Another way you can think, you have to reduce the pain. Okay, it is privacy, of course, privacy. Privacy actually means what you are doing that should not be seen by others. Okay, then authentication. This is the case of user ID password. There is a difference between authentication and authorization. Okay, so authentication means you have a get pass and you can enter. Okay, that is okay. You have a user ID, you have a password, you got the OTP in your phone, registered mobile number, you enter. That is authentication. Now, what is authorization? You enter to a banking site. Okay, now banking site, the same site is being used by the bankers and by the customer. So customers are authorized to see their balance, do some transfer, all those things. Okay, the banking officials will be having much more than that. So those are the authorizations. Which level of access are given? Okay, so there are 2 things. Remember, authentication and authorization. Both starts with A. Then integrity, we have just seen. Okay, integrity means the message you have sent, that should not be tampered or changed. Okay, so that is integrity. Okay, the dates and all should not be changed. The last one is very important, non-repudiability. What is that? Anybody from the group with an example? Non-repudiability. Anyone? Do not Google. Please do not Google. It is a new term, it seems, right? Okay, non-repudiability means that suppose we go to the person who has received the message, just an example. Okay, there has to be a mechanism to check whether the person has got the message or not. The person should not say that I have not got the message, boss. You may have sent, it have not reached me, I have not got the email. So what we did normally means if we go a police station, we give a complaint and took a receipt, right? That they have received the content. right? In the speed post, we get an acknowledgement slip and sign, so that in future we cannot say that we have not received the goods to the courier because we have signed while receiving the goods. That is known as non-repudiability. That has to be implemented. That has to be implemented in our security system of any organization. So while you are writing your security policy, you have to remember this. Okay, I was telling that there are some classification of information and the level of confidentiality of the information. Across the globe, there are only four levels of confidentiality. Okay, only 4 levels. Let me see what are the 4 levels. These are the 4 levels of confidentiality. So first and foremost, okay, you have to know that which information for that organization in class 1 or class 2, class 3, class 4. Class 4 is the most secret. It is a military data sort of thing. Okay, so many of the organization will end up with the class 3, and means okay. So class 1, public or non-classified. If you get into Microsoft website, you will be getting hell lot of informations which are in public domain. So these are the class 1 information. Okay, class 2 information is internal information, like your you may be using some assets like MOM, minutes of meeting templates, then your what to say, your meeting agenda writing, your PowerPoint slide templates. Okay, so those are the basically the things. Then confidential information that you are not supposed to rivals to anyone. So these are the, oh sorry, see the example of the public that we have just given. Okay, public information service, test services without confidential data. Okay, data available in the public domain. Suppose you are going to do a presentation. Okay, presentation on suppose on suppose your what to say, on voting system of India. Hell lot of informations are available in the YouTube, in the sites. You can copy and paste them. Okay, nobody is going to catch you, and you give that data is from this site. Okay, that acknowledgement we will give. So if you are getting those information easily available without payment being made, you can easily cut and paste as usual in your presentations. Okay, so these are all public domain, right? If you get into the ICICI Direct website, you will be getting hell lot of their training materials. Okay, what is a stock market? All those things are freely available. So you can directly cut and paste because it is the public non-classified information. In technical term, it is known as non-classified technical term. Only thing you have to give that means you have to give an acknowledge that ICICIdirect.com. Right. Then we are having the internal information. What are these? You have certain customers, right? Their address, their risk appetite. Okay, their discount amount. All those data are internal. Anybody from the internal of the company can access that. But you are not supposed to get into that into a pen drive and give it to your future company. That is illegal. That is illegal. Okay. Then, and that I have personally seen that happened actually in one of my previous company. So there was a customer actually being treated, whoever has come and all. So all the customer data was there, and a new sales marketing, I think, manager has joined. Okay, and somehow he has sold that data and all, and just a fine morning, he has to resign with means in a 15 minutes time. That thing happened. Then telephone books. Right now, telephone books are only on your this thing, only on your intranet, company's internet. But previously, I have seen telephone books from my company. Okay, it is a book actually, telephone directory for all the employees. That has been updated 6 yearly. So it is a telephone directory that should not be given. Normal working documents. Suppose you are working in a service delivery thing, okay, to your customer. There will be SOPs, right? A standard operating procedure. Those are all internal communication, project meeting protocols, etc., etc. Then in the third point, okay, third point, you see what are the confidential information. If it goes out, suppose there is a cash crunch, you are not supposed to tell everyone that there is a cross crunch, because that is leading to an embarrassment. Okay, suppose while you have submitted a response from a RFP, the data is not right. Actually, it is not a correct data. So that will go for the litigations and all. So that data should not be given to the other participants of the RFP. Okay, security attacks, minor loss or disruption of the business. You should not be telling that my ICICI Bank, suppose just taken an example. Suppose ICICI, where the disaster recovery, where they are keeping their data, where are the data centers for ICICI Bank? Okay, I mean, just an example. I do not have anything with the ICICI Bank, any interest. Just giving an example. Suppose in the Mumbai flood, okay, the bank has lost so many documents and their systems, but it has been, so we came to know that in Mumbai somewhere the ICICI data center were there, but we do not know. It is not only one data center. So those type of, this is very confidential data. So who are the person working in the data center, that is also not disclosable. Okay, corporate security weakness, data confidential, very confidential customer data, confidential contracts. Okay, those are the confidential informations. Each and every organization will have that. And then, as I was saying, that secret, see, military data, secret contracts, those things, means these are all basically secret information. So these four classification. Why I am saying this? So the first thing, while you are writing a security objective or security strategy for any of the organization, first thing you have to remember, okay, PAIN, okay, that privacy, authentications, integrity, and non-repudiability. So those things has to be covered. And the first thing you have to do is, you have to classify your information which according to the sensitivity, which is a big task. If it is not already there, it may take more than a year or so to get a draft sensitivity classification of the data your company will be having. So that is a huge task where your presence should be required. Okay, so these are the four things I just wanted to mention, because I know that you are not aware of this. Okay, so after that, moving towards again, there's a company called AFP, consulting company based at Europe. Okay, Lloyds of London. This data is coming from. Let's see, I have given the source. Okay, so I am not basically means that I am not breaking any rule out here. Okay, I like that slide, and for you actually, I just wanted to copy that slide. Okay, I have not paid to get this slide, and it is domain means for publicly available, so I can keep it. Okay, malware. Any example of malware? Any example of malware? Anybody?
The Trojan.
Trojan. Okay. Yes. Anything else? Any virus, right? Any virus type of thing, which can stay in your machine and replicate. Okay, it may be Trojan, definitely it is Trojan. Okay, it may be named as worms, WORMs, or actually any software that can harm your computer. Okay. So means there was a brilliant guy actually. Means he had a he was leaving the company, um, and means that person is means that time it is very difficult to means write a program to format your hard disk and all. Very difficult. Means that person is a brilliant guy, so he thought he will write a program and run it, which will format not the entire means just it will take a portion of the hard disk and will format. Okay, so he has written that program, and so that is also a malware. Okay, so any program means any software that can harm your system. Harm in the sense of what? Harm in the sense of make your system slow. That's so very easy to do. Replicate, eat up your memory, your system will be unavailable. Okay, then suppose you delete some, means that's how software can delete some data. That is also a harm. So main thing is the software can read anything and can share it to other computers. Okay, so whenever you are connected with internet and that type of malware is existing, then it's a really means scary. Okay, you are giving all your passwords and all are basically your Aadhaar number, your bank account, it means everything is visible, right? So my suggestion to all of you, okay, I did a mistake, so I don't want you people to repeat that business. You learn from my mistake. I means to save some money in my I have purchased a computer long back actually. Means just about I just bought a computer and I installed that pirated softwares, the operating system, my MS Office and all, and I could not use that actually that system. So my request, whenever you are purchasing any computer for you or for your family and all, okay, purchase uh, means software, legal software. Okay, means at least the operating system and the MS Office. These two should be purchased from the company itself, which will cost 10,000 rupees extra. If you go for that, your Windows latest window and plus a MS Office suite, okay, it will cost 10,000 rupees. But other than this, I do not see any options left for us. And update whenever you get a message from Windows that some softwares updates are available, go ahead without wasting any time and update that. Okay, always think that someone is looking into your machines, peeping into your machines all the time. Okay, ransomware means you know what is that actually. They will put something which will make your system unavailable. They will ask for some money. If you pay the money, they will release your system. Otherwise, they will continue holding that system. There is something called phishing that we have been just seen that phishing and some other software actually giving us 70% of the attacks. Okay, fake official emails. Okay, link to the fake websites. If you log in, you end up giving the passwords. Okay, so it will wait for the system means if you click something, then it will basically install a software which is also a malware actually, and it will wait for the in your system to read your password, bank account, and whatnot. Okay, then DDoS. Let us. Okay, this is important. Anybody? What is DOS?
It's a denial of service attack.
Yeah, it is written down. Denial of service. You know, availability. I was saying, no, CIA. That A stands for availability. Actually, when means 10, 12 years back, okay, when internet was not that fast in 2G, 3G era, okay, we only had DOS, denial of service. Each and operating system are running some processes. Each operating system, be it Unix, be it Windows, okay, or Linux, or Android, or iOS, okay. So all those are running some processes, and they have a threshold value, actually limited value of running the number of processes, because each process will eat up some memory. Okay, so if you start actually request, you start putting the request to a server, and the server keeps on putting the processes, then what will happen? Ultimately, the memory will be eaten up and no services will be provided to others, right? To the consumers. Actual consumer will see your server is down. Error 404, right? You got that so many times, I believe. Okay. After that, what happened? We got 4G. Even other outside globe, they have got 5G and all. So internet speed increased. So what will happen? What happened? Oof, they have started putting the request of creating the process not from one machine. Each and every corner, means parallelly they are saying this is the machine, this is the request, create a process, this is the request, create a process, and very quickly the memory, whatever big memory, mammoth memory you have in your servers, it is getting eaten up. So how we have managed that? Any idea? How you have done this 1,000 times? How we have managed that attack not to happen? Anybody? Anyone? How to restrict that DDoS, denial, a distributed denial of service? Right now, not only denial of service, distributed denial of service. You have used that so many times. Maybe you have used that today itself. Okay? No. Okay. So that is the introduction of CAPTCHA. Enter the figures or enter the characters you have seen and enter that. That means you are not a robot. Okay. And then only your request will be validated by the server. Then only the process will be created for you to avoid this denial of service thing. Or anything actually, means if you go to the book a train ticket, okay, they will ask, they will give 44 plus 79, abrupt numbers. You have to write the result of that. If the result is correct, then they will see no, this person is not a robot, so let him enter that. So that is the way the distributed denial of service being stopped. Okay, so CAPTCHA and those things, actually those different way actually to test if you are a human or if you are a robot. Okay, so denial of service. Now I am talking about this one, domain name system. Okay, domain name system, if you can attack this, okay, what is a domain name system? Suppose you are writing microsoft.com or iift.edu and clicking enter. That's okay. That is the website name. That is the address. Okay, but address is being translated into the IP address. If each and every website will have at least one or a set of IP addresses. Okay, iift.edu is having a set of IP addresses, definitely, I think. Okay, so first of all, you as a user, you cannot remember the IP address. It is a numbers. Okay, big numbers. So you 12-digit numbers you cannot remember. So it is given a name iift.edu. Okay. Then if you give that domain name, this iift.edu is domain name, that will be translated in the corresponding IP address. Who is doing that? This domain name system. So whenever you see DNS or domain name system, you just remember, you don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of the domain name system. You just remember that it will convert the domain name into IP address. It is all those who are having this IT background, they will know, but those who does not have IT background, it is just a domain name system. Okay, so now if you can put this DNS, the server which is just doing the translation from domain name to IP address, if you can make a domain name, so entire thing is down. The IP address means the domain name is not being converted into IP address, and internet is down. Okay, there it is an automatic process, so there you cannot use CAPTCHA. Correct? In a banking site or in the ticket reservation, you can give CAPTCHA and other ways. But here, actually, it is automated, right? You are just giving the domain name, IP address is being converted, then you can see the internet, access the internet. If this section, this DNS is down, then what will happen? You cannot access the internet, and it happened, right? It happened. So that DNS system, that is the main target for the distributed denial of service. There are other things like man in the middle. Okay, this while you are traveling means the data is being traveling, so the data can be read. So for that, actually, you have to use secure protocol. You must have seen HTTP, right? HTTP. This is a protocol, but right now you don't see HTTP. It is HTTPS. Means S stands for secure. Okay, let me write it. This is important. Okay, those who are HTTP. Okay, then it was something like that. Then www. ... Right now you will not see that HTTP. Okay, you will be seeing HTTPS://. Okay, so that is a new way of transmission. It is a new way of transmission. What's new? Whatever your name, user ID, password, everything is traveling. It is traveling with a encrypted manner. So to avoid this man in the middle attack. So any site, another thing for you, any site you see, you see whether this is HTTP or HTTPS. Any site using HTTP only, please do not enter. Okay, please do not enter. Okay, how means everything actually you can see. For suppose I open something here. Okay, see HTTPS Google. Okay, you open IIFT. Just see HTTPS. Okay, HTTPS IIFT. It is very difficult to get the HTTP site. So all those things are basically HTTP. See, IIS, HTTP, only HTTP. This type of thing, HTTP only. Please do not use it. Okay. So that is the thing you have to keep in touch. It means keep in your mind actually. So while you are having, otherwise your data can be read by the midman in the middle, and which is not difficult. There are another two very high technology, means very glorified technology of attack. One is cross-site scripting and SQL injection. We know that SQL is a way to interact with the database. Okay, now what will happen? The hackers will inject a SQL which can disclose the data like credit card. But you are gone. Data like your fingerprints in other site. You are gone, right? So that is actually the SQL injection. They are directly injected an SQL statement which can read the data from the database. So there is no security at all. And cross-site scripting, it is another way, two-layer. Okay, suppose Microsoft will be very hard to break. Definitely big company, big security measures. Microsoft. Now suppose a hacker can put some text in the Microsoft website. Who can read all the data from all the person logging into Microsoft? So much of data, huh? Everybody, lakhs of people will be entering, clicking getting into the Microsoft website. Okay, and a third person by injecting a script can read everything. So they are using Microsoft site to get your data. Okay, brilliantly done. So these are the different types of attacks. Okay, so what is the key takeaways? All those things has to be considered while you are writing your security policies. Okay, everything. Okay, CAPTCHA will come, then multiple DNS server will come. If one DNS is attacked, then this has to be migrated to another DNS. Okay, a HTTPS website to be used, cross-site scripting and SQL injection. Database should be kept in a different layer. Okay, so to avoid all those things. So basically, these are the few things very easily that is happening. Malware we have seen, phishing, password attack. Okay, if you do not give it actually, if you go into Google and give the command, okay, the dictionary attack. Okay, you will be getting all the words in the dictionary. All the words in the dictionary. Okay, to find the match of the password. DDoS, man in the middle. Drive-by download means if you download something, then malvertising. Okay, as I was giving the example of my daughter, 100 rupees. Okay, and ROT software. It is nothing but the malware only. Okay, any question up to this? Then what are the things we have to consider? Any question? Just 2 minutes. So what we have seen this technology order 70, social engineering 30, for banks means financial organization and retail makes 40% of the attack. Then we have seen United States and India makes 60% of the attacks. Then we have we have seen this points actually that you have to keep in your mind while drafting the security policy. Then we have classifications. Okay, this is a huge job. If the organization does not have the classification policy, sensitivity classification of the information, then though it will take years actually before you implement any security thing. Okay, so those are the things we have just seen. Okay, and we have a detailed discussion on this slide. Malware, Trojan, worms, virus, everything a malware. Okay, man in the middle. So use HTTPS. Okay, phishing means be sensible, and the DDoS, CAPTCHA, but it can attack the DNS system. So have the duplicate DNS system. Okay, so these are the things we have just got it. Any question before I get into a next thing? Any question? Anything you would like to ask? Please go ahead. After that, I will be starting the next one. Okay. So see, this is another security patch is being installed every time. Okay, it is successful. So this type of thing you have to do. Okay, now the security mechanism. Okay. Now, very interesting topic, but let's see. I will try to make it actually very interesting and relating to your real life scenarios. Okay, what happened?
Sir, I actually had a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, like with how much of technology that's going forward, the kind of attacks or like these cyber attacks are increasing as much as the technology is moving forward.
Yes, correct.
Sir, so is there a reason behind that?
the thing is that, you know, means technology means there are different types of test. When you right now actually, okay, let me show you something. Let me basically write it down, otherwise you will not understand. Right now, okay, there are a guideline published for secure coding. Okay, secure coding practice actually, that is known. So while a software is being written, they have been asked to follow this secure coding practice guideline, so that the code is basically means attack proof. Right now, even if they are following this secure coding guideline, has reduced the chances of attacks, but even right now, means you have seen this Log4j, right? That attack recently, Log4j attack. It is a vulnerability actually. There are so many vulnerabilities in the code, in the operating system. Okay, so attackers actually knows it much better than the creator of that. So that is the reason actually we are a follower. We are not proactively can to take the measure. We are actually attack is happening, then we are taking the measure. Reactive way. Okay, so now the thing is going that everything you write, you have to follow that secure coding practice. Hardware is attack free. If you have a blank hardware, vanilla hardware, you will never be attacked. Nobody without any operating system, okay, can destroy your laptop. Yeah, you can throw it from the third floor. That is okay. Other than this, remotely in hardware cannot be means vulnerable. Only the software, okay, that was vulnerable, and the hackers know it very well. Where is the vulnerability? So now, secure coding practice guideline has already been published. Now it has reduced the number of attacks these days. Okay, that is the only thing I can say. Other than this, actually, the security mechanism in the second part that we will be seeing very soon, that is actually same for the last 5-6 years. Okay, so only I think the software. Okay, then the penetration testing has to be done. That is another guideline. So while you are testing your software, okay, load testing and penetration testing has to be done. Okay, so that way actually we are trying to reducing the security attack from the applications. If applications are attack proof, then we can do something. Otherwise, it is very difficult. And attackers are definitely hackers are very, very, very intelligent people. Okay, then let's see does it answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Security mechanism. Now some technical thing we will do, but explanation wise, it will be very, very nominal. Okay. But security is not today's thing, right? Security was there from age-old civilizations. Okay, you know, means okay. So insignia and all. Okay, you know Circa, right? Okay, in the age actually 600 BC. Let us see how this security was there at that point of time. Okay, so now in the kingdom of Julius Caesar, his general, he is not Julius Caesar, his general, okay, wanted to convey an information to the king, very important information to the king. He used a prefixed algorithm for encoding the message. So what exactly he is doing? he is actually encrypting. What was the, for encryption, you need a algorithm. Correct? You need an algorithm. So what was general's algorithm? He is going to means shift the letters by 3, means A will be D, B will be E, and so on. This algorithm is known only by the general and his king. Okay, so what we have learned, encryptions, and encryption needs an algorithm. So this is encryption. Okay, then he folded. Everything is important. We have to do that in our technical way for our data. Then he folded, glued, and affixed a work seal on the letter. Right? This is the integrity actually. If the seal is broken, do not accept the letter. Okay? Then he imprint a work seal on the work seal to authenticate that the letter was written by him. It is a signature. Digital signature and all will come. I do not know whether today or tomorrow, but it will come. Okay. Understood? So that is actually authentication. Then he is giving the letter to the messenger. Right now, who is our messenger? Our browser is the messenger. No? It will travel through the virtual world. Where, how, we do not know. Right? A messenger is the authorized person. I was telling, no. So there is something called authentication and authorization. So messenger has been authorized by the general to take this to the thing. Caesar, the messenger is on the way. Okay, messenger handed over the letter to the king. Okay, the king assistant removes the seal, unfolds the letter, and decodes the message using prefix decoding algorithm. Okay, so he knows that it has been shifted to the right. Now he has to shift to the left to get a meaning of that letter. So he is basically decrypting. Okay. Now the kings give the insignia to the messenger. Okay, pre-agreed insignia. This is the non-repudiation. Okay, king has given this insignia something to the messenger that is for non-repudiation, so that king cannot say that he has not received that message. So all this is the entire story. Then the messenger is coming back and messenger hands over the insignia to the general. So all these things we have to do, all the steps, 6-7 steps we have seen right now. Okay, we have to do for our messages as well. Right? Yes, digitally. Everything is digital. This is the acknowledgement. Okay, now means with the advent of E-era, we know what happened actually. Okay, we got the email, e-doc, everything is E or I. Okay, so virtual office, all those things we have seen. In the beginning, actually, we had actually perimeterized thing. Now what has happened? We have got the network. You may not have seen that we have seen the LAN network, local area network. Okay, right now that has been abolished. Okay. Then we have the gateway. The LAN has been opened to the outside world. Okay. After a while, so many gateways to the internet. And now, my goodness, everything is in the internet. And not only that, right now, previously what happened, only the computers, laptops, not very frequent, but desktops were connected. Right now, most of the devices are connected. So many devices we have to take care in this. So obviously it gives a pleasure to the hackers. Okay, so they have got another way of getting the information. This slide is very important. Okay, These are the mechanisms. Electronic mechanism versus the paper-based mechanism, whatever we have seen from the Caesar's story. Let's see. First of all, privacy. Okay, so for privacy, you have to put it in envelope. Right now, data encryption. Encryption bolo, ya to decryption. It will need an algorithm. I will come in the algorithms and all. Okay, that is the privacy. Agreed, right? Authenticity. Authenticity. For authenticity, actually, there are notaries, or you have to be physically present. Okay, if you go and get some wanted to pay, means get some money from the check instead of going to the ATM. Okay, then the bank officer will ask you to sign at the back of the check. This is the physical presence actually. That is the reason. Right now that will be done in the digital signature and certificate. Actually, if you do not have a certificate, you cannot use the digital signature. Okay, we will see. We will see in the maybe today or next class. I don't know. Integrity. There is something called barcodes, watermarks. These are being used for the paper-based system. Right now, message digest. Okay, it is known as MD and the digital signature. Okay, message digest is something. Let me give you something. Okay, MD, message digest. What is that? Anybody? Anybody? Message digest. It is very important actually. Message digest, suppose message digest actually is a big number, something like that. Okay, something very big number. Okay, something like that. So how this big number has been derived? The message digest will also have an algorithm. Suppose you wrote a big mail of 10 pages. Just imagine 10 pages mail. You apply that algorithm. Algorithm means the application, one click algorithm. You will be getting this type of fixed length number. Either it is 256, okay, or 128. That is the length of the message digest. This is the message digest. Okay, the length will be fixed, however big the document is. If you change a single full stop or a space, this message digest will differ. So that is the thing. Message digest is for what? See, it is written integrity, right? Okay. So integrity means you have to check if the message you have sent is not changed. So your message may be 2 lines or your message may be 2 pages. It will go through the message digest procedure. That procedure will generate a fixed length number or text or whatever. If you change that file, okay, the message digest will be changed. So it will not match. If the message digest match in the receiver end, then the message has the integrity. Otherwise, it is not. We will come in. The digital signature are also being used right now. Non-repudiation, receipt, confirmation, signatures. Here, actually, we are having digital signatures. Digital signature itself has an audit log feature. Okay. Apart from this audit log, we can have another set of audit logs for your future purpose. Okay. Audit logs you must have seen so many times. Okay. Means you will be getting this slide. You remember this thing. Okay. And do not be confused with what is a digital signature, what is a data encryption. Data encryption, you will never be confused. Yeah. Can you please get into mute? Means I cannot make mute. Yeah. So that is the comparison of your pen and paper-based solution and electronic solution. So we must have our digital signature these days. Crux of the story is this, right? So digital signature will acha, tell me, digital signature is not for privacy, huh? You sign a page, but anybody can see what you have written. Okay, so digital signature, remember, huh? Digital signature is not for privacy. Just write a letter. You wrote a letter, at the bottom of the letter you sign. That's okay, perfect. But the data anybody can read. Okay, so digital signature does not help you to maintain the privacy. To maintain the privacy, we have to use the encryption and decryption procedure. Okay, any question up to this? This is the slide actually you have to remember. Apply your common sense, match with this, you will be getting all your answers. And trust me, this is not changed actually for years, and it will never be changed. This will be the case for our security. Yes, the back-end technologies will be keep on changing. We will never be using we will be able to write an algorithm. Okay, we cannot, even if the algorithm is there, we cannot improve it. Okay, it is a difficult job. Statisticians and mathematicians will be doing across the globe. Okay, so anyway, we are not going to use those back-end technology improvement, but ultimately this is the thing. Yeah, digital signature will be having a version change. You have to give some money to get the latest version of digital signatures to the signatory authority. Okay, so this is the slide actually you have to remember for making your life easier and to make your understanding means very clear, to avoid any confusion. Anybody is having any confusion, please let me know. Huh? Let me know. So we will just go ahead with another 5-6 minutes, then I will stop. Okay. Okay. So encryption we all know, just a pictorial overview. Now the concept of key is coming in. Key is nothing but a big number. So just a scissor story. Shift each alphabet forward by 3 positions. Excited audience will be converted like this. So what is the key? Key is a big number generated by the algorithm. Okay, encryption. Now we know decryption, just a pictorial thing. Huh? Excited audience. This will be encrypted. It will also have the you see this graphics. So we will encrypted more message. Then the keys will be there. Then we will be getting the actual message. Very simple. That can only happen if the keys are basically the algorithm. Not only the algorithm, not the algorithm itself. It is a key, means big number. Okay, that you cannot remember. Okay, and that can only be generated using the algorithm. Right? And for encryption, you need the keys should be known to the receiver and senders. How those things happen, we will come. So basically, we have 2 types of cryptography. We have symmetric key cryptography, which is known as secret key cryptography. And another is asymmetric key cryptography, which is a concept of public and private key. Symmetric key cryptography are not being used anymore. Right? Symmetric key basically using 1 key. And asymmetric is the public key and the private key. Okay, each public key will have a private key. You cannot compute each from, if you have a public key, if you cannot tell that what will be the private key for that. So I will come. So symmetric key, let us see that it is a single key. See, shared secret has been shared. Okay, so key is a secret thing which is being shared. Arre, nahi, that is not going to be. Same key will be used for both encryption and decryption. This is the algorithm. Just this one, remember, triple DES and blowfish. Right now, all those things are not being used. So DES and blowfish, these are the name of the algorithm. What is inside? Nobody knows. Only the patented algorithms actually, who has the companies actually have paid a hell lot of money to get this algorithm. And after that, that algorithm has been embedded in the software. Triple DES and blowfish, these are the symmetric key cryptography algorithm. It is a single key which is being given to everybody. After some time, there will be no secret. Right? That is the thing. Yeah, sender is sending a text encrypting with this triple DES or blowfish key. Okay, then it is getting into the encrypted text, and the receiver is decrypting with the same key. So each and everybody who is having that key, and it is a mess. So problem is key exchange in the large environment. Obviously, is it a possible thing? If you means a number, if you are staying in a house shared by 10 people, so 10 keys will be there, right? So that's something like that. Number of keys to be maintained. Okay, so 10 keys or 100 keys means it is a mess. Right now, the technology for this is private and public key cryptography, which is known as public key cryptography or asymptotic. It is basically known as public key cryptography, but it is having a private key as well. Do not forget this. Okay, we have a public key. That key is distributed by distributed in the globe, but private key is mine in my pocket. If I write a mail or a document, I will sign the document with my private key. Where is the private key? It is only with the author. Where is the public key? It is in the rest of the world, ROW. Okay, private key accessible by its owner, public key I just told you. Okay, either keys can be used for encryption and decryption. Okay. Sender is sending. This is the private key. And this is the public key. Public key is by being used for decryption, and we are getting the text. Okay. So do not see that right now. Okay. Oh, any question up to this?
Sir, I have a question.
Please.
Sir, if either key can be used for encryption and decryption, what is the benefit of using the private key?
No. No. If suppose that receiver, this is the public key. Here you see the, I'm just showing a scenario. Suppose here the private key is used for encryption and public key is for decryption, right? Suppose you want to write a mail to me, right? And you want only me to read that mail. Understood? Now you will encrypt with my public key and I will decrypt with my private key. Understood? That means, so that is the thing, right? So I will stop here today. I will not take another slides actually. So many things we have covered. Next class is tomorrow morning. Yeah. So this will be fresh in your mind. Tomorrow morning we will start from the next portion actually. Okay, you will see how, means if this receiver is sending the message to me, then what will happen and all.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we have covered a lot, today. Good that we have tomorrow also we do not have any presentations as I told you. So 3, 7, 8, 9. These groups will be presenting next week first class, and 9 and 2, 9 and 10 or 10, 11 will be presenting on the second class of the next week. Okay. What is the thing we have seen? Number one, okay, you have to have. Okay, these current managers have to have a very decent and clear idea what is the scenario of IT security, because so many bekar things are going on. The concept wise, today's managers seems to be not that clear of IT security. Okay, and their techniques. You are not expected to write a application or write an algorithm, but definitely you have to either classify your information in the sensitivity model, that 4 models that I have just shown you. Okay, this is very important. Keep this point in the mind. You will be able to talk in sense actually. That is the first step. Okay, we have to do to make a company secure. Your job is this, but your objective is this. Ultimate objective of this is this. So what are the technologies we can use? The technologies we can use is this one, this slide. We have just started with the encryption and decryption. We will take you through all the digital signatures and the other protocols tomorrow. So this concept has to be very, very clear. Otherwise, it is very difficult to see what to do, where our organization is in terms of IT security, and what are the things to be required to make the company more robust and less vulnerable against the attacks. With our experience, it is known fact. Nobody will tell that actually, but it is a known fact that we cannot prevent ourselves from cyber attacks. But what we can do, we can implement a robust security system among ourselves. Even if we are being attacked, the likelihood and impact of that attack will be reduced significantly. So that is our job. But to do that, you have to clarify your doubts and you have to be confident, and there should not be any confusion about the security mechanisms that we are having right these days. Okay, so today and tomorrow, today we have just spent covered a lot of things. So just tomorrow before the class, just see those slides so that we can continue from where we have just left. Okay. If you 5 minutes we have some 6-7 minutes, I think. Yeah, that's okay. So in case you have any question, please go ahead. And that was a good question, that if private key and public key are basically being used for encryption and decryption, then what is the purpose? We will see the purpose tomorrow. Okay, in different scenarios actually. Anybody has worked on a digital signature? Anybody?
Yes, sir, I have worked on a digital signature.
Okay, so what was your scenario? Basically, you were signing the documents only or something else?
Basically, like we were working for the insurance brokerage client, so they had like documents, etc. So they need to be digitally signed by the.
Okay, just a digital signature has been given, and you are signing those documents actually. Yes.
Yes, sir. We were like developing that application, so in that you need to give signature.
Yes, definitely. Good. You can also share your experience tomorrow.
Yes, sir. By the undertaker, you have like undertaken insurance that has to give the signature.
Correct. And that is the thing, huh? Paper signatures will be less now. Anyway, ठीक है, then if you do not have any question, I give back 5 minutes to you and talk to you on tomorrow 8:30. Thanks for joining.
Sir, can you just
yes,
tell us in what portion is the quiz?
What portion? Okay.
Yes, sir. The quiz that we have today.
Oh, today also you have the quiz. Okay.
Yes,
you will
sir.
be having quiz on this thing actually. Okay. Quiz ka. Okay. Yesterday last class I have taken a summary. Okay. You will be having this. This one. Okay. This slide. Okay. This one. You have the slides, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have this.
Yes, sir.
There will be some here and those ERP slides actually. Disadvantages, advantages. Okay. That's it. ERP session 2, say, then your ERP session 1, those slides I have given, right? So ERP, this one, session 1. If you do not have this, please let me know. Implementations, you don't need to remember everything, huh? Session 2. Okay. So these are the slides only. This one, this one, this one, this one. You do not need to get the ERD. There is no question on ERD.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
That is the thing. Any questions, or you will be knowing that. Okay. Okay then.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. Bye. Bye for now. Tomorrow we will talk again.